Hello and welcome to my vlog. I'm Ron, talking today about the concept of being limitless. It's a concept we need to check in with once in a while, review, update our definition, because I think it's a concept or an idea that changes, grows up a little bit as we grow up a little bit. A lot of us are still using our old childhood, school year definition of limitless. When you were very young, limitless was getting permission to do something. Limitless might have been getting some ice cream. Can I have some ice cream? Okay. And likely the ice cream was pulled out of the freezer, put into a bowl, and handed to you with a spoon. And you thought a limit had been lifted, a restriction had been removed, and you were a little more limitless than you had been before. As time went on, limitless changed. It became riding your bicycle to school, getting a girlfriend or a boyfriend, staying out all night, getting your driver's license. These were milestones in your view of yourself and your limitations and being limitless. As we get older, things change. What does it look like to be limitless when you're an adult? Well, odds are it's not going to mean that a restriction is lifted. At some point, you probably realize that for all of the laws and statutes and restrictions and the social, governmental kind of arrangements that are made so that we can all play nice together and own properties beside each other and drive down the roads together, those really aren't limits at all. They're just ways we all get along and smooth out the process of living together. You really are not limited in what you can learn, what you can discover, what you can become in any way other than what you can imagine and what you can get up and do for yourself. And limitless doesn't feel anymore like a release, a relief, a permission. Limitless starts feeling a lot less comfortable. Limitless starts to feel like starting all over again. Limitless feels like going back to school and learning something new. Limitless feels like there's a chance you could fail. Limitless feels like uncertainty. Limitless feels like no safety net. Limitless feels like I don't know who I am. I don't know how much is enough. I don't know where I should stop. I don't know when I should say no. I don't know when I should say I can't, if I should say I can't. And as it turns out, a lot of us really prefer boundaries. We prefer limits. We prefer knowing that I've come far enough, that I've reached my goal, that this is acceptable, that this is all I can imagine being. A lot of us choose to be content and satisfied as a long-term situation rather than just a milestone in a limitless life. And that's totally fine, because one of the aspects, the attributes, the definitions of being limitless is being completely free to choose what's enough for you, where you're happy and where your limits actually are. I think a lot of us, when we long now for limitlessness, is the freedom from other people's limits. People who have decided that they know what they think, they know where they want to stop, they know what they're afraid of, And now they think you should adopt their limits, that you should not go past where they're comfortable. People who feel threatened when you want to go past what they know, where they are, and what they want. And that is the true freedom that we need to keep looking for. I don't want to say fighting for, but definitely encouraging, endorsing, explaining, demonstrating. Those of us, I don't know if I should include myself in that group, at least so far, those of us who have not yet reached our limits and are still looking at being limitless, just want the freedom to keep on moving ahead. And honestly, while other people might be able to change what that looks like, we might have to go to a different area, a different country, use different methods to continue growing ourselves, exploring our own options. Ultimately, we are all limitless. And most of the restrictions we really have to worry about are going to come from inside, not an external factor. So take a couple of minutes, look at where you are limiting yourself, look at the values and the beliefs you've just adopted without ever really choosing. And if you like where you're at or where you've limited yourself, no problem. But if you find you're feeling unsatisfied and unfulfilled because you're living someone else's limits, it might be time to revisit that old butterflies in the stomach nervousness you had as an adolescent when you were truly exploring your limits. And I believe that feeling, at least in part, is always going to be an element of being limitless. I hope we can learn to enjoy it. Talk to you next time.